welcome to another Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. Today, we're going to reign. We're going to reign after the final battle royale. This is a game from Play Monster. Kind of hard to see there with the glare, but yeah, there's Play Monster right there. And this is, I'm putting this in Kilroy's Bargains playlist because this has sat and been put in, removed, saved for later, put back in, taken out of several online carts over probably the last year, maybe longer. As this wasn't a big commercial success. At least I don't think so, because it has been reduced in price numerous times. I don't even know what the original price of this thing was, but it's gone down to like, $25, $20, under $20, even lower. And so I eventually, decided to pick it up mainly, for the parts, right? Sometimes you buy a used car so you can, get the parts for your other cars, right? Because it has minis in it and the like. The gameplay is somewhat basic. It's thematically kind of pasted on. It feels to me a little bit contrived from like Heroescape, where you have this battle royale, or this battle at a location with all these anachronistic type forces, forces throughout time and space and genres of fantasy and sci-fi and what have you. That's what this kind of feels like, this whole battle royale. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and 30 to 45 minutes. So it doesn't take a long time to play. And I will play it, but it's not, I didn't really get it more. I got it more for the parts than for the game. So this is one of the ones where the some of the parts is not greater than the whole. I think I'm going to like the parts a little bit better. But let's take a look at the back here and see what we're talking about when we talk about parts. It has 48 minis, and that's actual size. So the minis are that actual size. I'll have to measure that and see if that's true. Which player will be left standing as the victor? 4 factions of warriors battle to survive on a doomed land that will be destroyed piece by piece, taking its occupants with it. You must strategize to survive by fleeing, fighting, or sacrificing your weakest members. Whatever you must do to be the last left standing when the land around you has been annihilated. So it's got this board, kind of a puzzle piece type board that you can. Parts of it are going to be destroyed over time, and there's been a lot of games that have used that mechanism. I'm thinking of Survive, that series where the island is sinking, and you've got to get off the island. This one is whoever's left on there is how you determine the winner. There's also a game, I'm drawing a blank now, it deals with Atlantis, the sinking of Atlantis. So it's some of these same concepts that the board is going to be diminished or removed as the game progresses. You collect power stones to gain movement or boost strength, avoid disasters on the vanishing landscape, and then battle opponents to be the last one standing. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to jockey around this board to get these power stones and to kind of position yourself. And then when these pieces removed, everything that when one of these disaster happens in one of these locations, everybody goes. And so it's what you're left standing with. So anyway, you've got samurai minis, you've got droid minis, you've got barbarian minis, and you've got super soldier minis. So that's the anachronistic type aspect of this. You've got samurai, you've got droids, so somewhat futuristic barbarians, which I think are a little bit like Vikings there somewhat, and then super soldier minis. So I guess that's futuristic as well. You're also going to get 24 power stones, 4 battle dice, 2 power dice, 7 disaster cards, and the disaster cards determine which part of the board falls out. And then the game board has 7 zones and 1 center. So let's get in here So I mean, it's interesting that it was combining some, like Heroscape and Survive and Atlantis. It's combining some other concepts into the game, and just didn't do that well. The rules are not very. It's a fold out, so you're only looking at 6 pages of rules. Actually, 3 pages. Well, 4 pages of rules, because you got the cover, you've got some of the other games, and then you've got winning the game. So the disaster tracker, winning the game. And so you got really just 4 pages of rules here. Here's your contents, vital information, setup, play, power stones, and battle. So, I mean, this is a relatively quick game to get into here. Here are the cards for the disaster. And see, this is part of the, I mean, I haven't played this game and really don't know a lot about it. I watched a little bit just to get familiar. I said, well, if I'm going to buy it for the parts. And the pieces look decent. I think I'm going to get my money's worth for the pieces. I didn't pay much for it. Part of this is this disaster cards. It's kind of random, right? So you draw that section of the board. Each of the boards have a different symbol that goes with them, I think. Or maybe not. I thought that these are based on the symbols that go with the board, and they're the ground. So this one right here, so this is going to go. You've got so many rounds before this go, and there's a track, and the track keeps dwindling of how many rounds you have left. So after the first, you're going to have the most time after the first one is identified, and then have less time as each one goes. But now you've got to get off this. I mean, because this is going to go, so once it's gone, you're going to lose all your pieces. So there's a little bit of randomness to this, or chaos to this, but it does give you a track to get off that. So these are this is the deck that determines which piece goes and when. Oh, we got tape in here. I don't like tape. This did not come shrink wrapped. It had those little circle sticker things, which I do not like. Sam, I am. Pull that off there. They're like their tape, but it had those little circle things on the side that sometimes they can take off the print or the ink, and I don't like that. But anyway, so here's one of the game boards here. Decent thickness. I mean, that's good. That's good quality game board. Single-sided, because you only need one side for it. But I mean, just for the parts of it, that's kind of cool. I got a hex grid with some terrain and stuff. I mean, that's not bad. Here's another one of those pieces. It looks like they have different sizes to them as well. I got to figure out how to put these back together. That looks like they might be tough to put back in the board, put back in the box, I should say. You have a little bit of an insert there. And so you got 7 of these pieces here. Oh, that's cool. I like the lava there. And a little bit of coast. It's cool. And there's number 7 right there. So I guess they go back in numerical and order. Now this is a dual layer board. That's kind of cool. And so this is going to tell me how many turns you have left once one of those things have been realized. You'll have 11 after the first one's identified. You'll have, I guess, 9 after the next one, 7 after the last one. Then I think the game's over, right? Something like that. But that's a nice little board there. This is the centerpiece. So I don't know what those symbols mean, but I don't think the centerpiece ever goes away. Let's see here. We got some dice here. It's got 4 different colors of regular dice, and then these 2 yellow dice here. Okay. Then we've got, look at these. Let's open some of these up. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like costume jewelry or something there. Look at these. As I said, I mean, the reason I'm showing this is, number one, I mean, for the gameplay. I mean, you might be interested in this game. It might be a good introductory or beginner type game for someone. Also, I mean, the themes are, I mean, the mechanics, the combined mechanics from some other games is kind of interesting. But if you see this on bargain and think about getting it, I wanted to show you what's all about, so that might help make your choice. Plus, you might see what the bits are. I got it from the bits. I like the bits in there. So those are cool. Oh, that's a tracker. That's that tracker for that one board to determine how much time you have left. But the rest of these are the power stones. Kind of cool there. Okay, let's look at who should we open up first. Let's go Samurai. And the minis, I can't do the opposite side because I got to flip over. They are decent sized minis. I mean, that's a good. Ooh. Yeah. Got a little bit of ED on the sword there. Anyway, the minis are kind of cool. Oh, that's a samurai sword, so maybe it is supposed to be that way. So, yeah, you can edit that out. There we go. Cool minis. So those are cool and kind of chunky, you know. Yeah, cool. All right, what do we open up next? Let's go counterclockwise. So you might just want to get this if you want it just for the minis, because these are kind of cool. These are the barbarians that look very Viking-like. Look at that big old chunk there. It's kind of cool. Good thick minis. A little bit of a Valkyrie there. That's that same one. It's cool. I like those. Let's go over here. These might be the droids, maybe, or the power soldiers. I'm just going off the back of the box here. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. As again, this kind of reminds me with the modular board and anachronistic factions. It feels a little bit like HeroScape, if you guys recall that game. Big fan of HeroScape. My son was too. I guess we still are. We just don't play it very often. That's kind of cool. Look at that thing there. That's cool. Ooh, look at there. So these, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of, I don't know. I kind of, for what I paid, I like the minis, you know. Of course, with 3D printing, buying stuff just for the parts and components is not as big because you can get it. You can make it yourself, right? These must be the power soldiers. Kind of a little bit of a Judge Dredd look going on there. Heck, I might even use that guy for one of my Judge Dredd games. Cool here. So the third one, I think they have different values to them. So there you have it. So that is, I'll just might as well put the dice. I'll put it all back in the box anyway. Oh. There we go. Now, where do these cards go? I guess these cards go there, maybe. Okay. Let's put the yellow at the bottom there. There we go. That's what you get in the box of, let's see if I can put this back in the same way. That went there, didn't it? Kind of watch out. I'm hitting people. Then I think this went next. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Then we gotta do the. I won't bore you with this, but this looks like this is gonna be a puzzle to get some of these back in here, maybe. But as long as I put them in the same. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not as complicated as. So you get a boxing and a reboxing, an unboxing and a reboxing. Look at that. Look at this. How we're doing this. I hope you're probably enjoying this as much as I am. I think that goes there. Look at this. All right. Anyway, this is what you get in a box of Rain, Final Battle Royale. How did this go? It's kind of like, oh, maybe that. No. There we go. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Everything goes back in the box. Looky there, right there. Alrighty, well, hey, I'm happy with the purchase. I didn't pay much for this. You'll see this on all kinds of bargains. I've seen this everywhere, but even on Amazon, it has all kinds of prices. So be on the lookout. Try to get it for less than. I would probably try to get at least for less than 15. You might be able to get a lot better than that, but I don't know what the original retail price of this was, but I've really recently I haven't seen it for more than 15, 17 bucks. I mean, it's always under 18. Sorry, under 20. Anyway, but I mean that's what you get in the box. I mean, the gameplay itself looks pretty simple, pretty easy. I'll probably play it just to get a feel for it and have some fun with it. I think the minis look kind of cool and different. They're not, something you want to paint. They're kind of chunky, but still interesting nonetheless. So there you have it. Rain, the Final Battle Royale. Love to know your thoughts on this. If you've seen it, if you played it, if you know anything about it, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. But that's what I have for you as part of my installments on this Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for watching.